The Lord be with you.
And with your spirit.
A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Matthew.
Glory to you, O Lord.
When Jesus saw the crowds, he went up the mountain, and after he had sat down, his disciples came to him. He began to teach them, saying, "Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are they who mourn, for they will be comforted. Blessed are the meek, for they will inherit the land. Blessed are they who hunger and thirst for righteousness, for they will be satisfied. Blessed are the merciful, for they will be shown mercy. Blessed are the clean of heart, for they will see God. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they will be called children of God. Blessed are they who are persecuted for the sake of righteousness, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are you when they insult you and persecute you, and utter every kind of evil against you falsely because of me. Rejoice and be glad, for your reward will be great in heaven. Thus they persecuted the prophets who were before you." The Gospel of the Lord.
Praise to you, Lord Jesus Christ.
We come now to the fifth promise of Jesus to Margaret Mary. "I will bestow abundant blessings upon all their undertakings." Abundant blessings upon all their undertakings. As we also commemorate the 122nd anniversary of our independence as a country, and as we also celebrate the third novena in preparation for the solemnity of the Most Sacred Heart of Jesus. More often than not, when we speak of abundance or even blessings, right away we think of wealth, material things, prosperity. And in fact, they are blessings. They are God's gift to us. Yes, they can be considered as blessings. But if that were the case, if that is how we understand abundant blessings from the Lord, then necessarily the most blessed persons, the happiest persons in the world would be those who have great wealth. Kung yan po ang pamantayan natin ng blessing, edi sana ang pinakamasayang tao sa mundo ay yung mga mayayaman lamang. Sapagkat lagi nating sinasabi, buti pa kayo, blessed na blessed kayo. Meaning, buti pa kayo pinagpala dahil maraming pera, marami kayong ipon, marami kayong ari-arian, kumpleto ang gamit sa bahay, hindi kayo namumroblema sa kakainin, hindi kayo namumroblema sa pangtustos ng pag-aaral ng mga anak nyo, pag na-hospital kayo, makababayad kayo, etc., etc. But that is not just the case. Because you ask the top 500 perhaps wealthiest people in the country or even the world, they will tell you, money cannot buy happiness. To be blessed is not dependent on money or wealth. Kahit yun po ang madalas na pinapahayag sinesermon ng mga tinatawag nating prosperity preachers. Prosperity theology is anchored on that false promise of wealth as the source of happiness. At madalas tayo mga deboto ng Sacred Heart, yun din ang pag-unawa natin. Sacred Heart, i-bless mo naman ako. Meaning, bigyan mo naman ako ng pera, bigyan mo naman ako ng visa, bigyan mo naman ako ng ganito, ng ganyan. Again, they are blessings. But they are not. If we are to go back to the original teachings of Jesus. If you want to be blessed, Jesus says, you have to be poor in spirit, for the kingdom of heaven will be yours. If you want to be abundantly blessed, then be the one who is meek, for you will inherit the land. Blessed are you when you hunger and thirst for righteousness, for you will be satisfied. Blessed are you if you mourn, for you will be consoled. So the fifth promise of the Lord is, yes, partly material blessing, but more than that, the abundant blessing that he speaks of is himself. Who is the person truly blessed? It is he who has God in his heart, in his mouth, in his mind, in his whole being. Because that is what blessing means in the scriptures. It comes from the Latin word benedicere. Bene, good, dicere, to speak, meaning to praise. So to be blessed is to have praises in your heart, in your mouth. And how can you have praises and adoration and worship in your heart, in your mouth, in your mind, when there is gratitude in your heart? Jesus speaks of that in Matthew chapter 12. From the abundance of one's heart, the mouth speaks. I will bestow upon you abundant blessings. What Jesus means to tell us is this: if your heart is abundant with gratitude, if there is nothing in your heart that ties you down or enslaves you to anything material, then you shall truly be blessed, because you will be so free to worship, honor, praise, and adore God in your life. And by the way, the opposite of benediction, of blessing, is addiction. Benediction is to praise, to speak well of. Addiction is to speak to, meaning to worship something. So when we are addicted to something, that becomes our God. And many times in our life, we are unhappy because we are tied down to someone or to something that is not God. Kaya hindi tayo malaya, because we are addicted to something. We are saying that our life is dependent on this or that. But when we are blessed, benedicere, we only speak good. And the only good is God. Kaya yun din ang magandang paalala sa atin sa araw ng kalayaan. What is to be truly free? What does independence mean? Yes, this being freed from oppression, from terror, from any kind of, of oppression or slavery. Yes, that's what independence is. But more than that, to be free is to have in our heart the space, the room for God alone. If He is the ruler, if His kingdom is our main concern, then we are truly free for God and not enslaved of things material. So as we meditate on the fifth promise of the Lord, I will bestow abundant blessings upon all their undertakings. Let us not have this idea that when we come to the Sacred Heart of Jesus, it is all about seeking wealth, fame, or abundance materially. When we come to the Sacred Heart of Jesus, it is to seek His face, because it is only He who can free us, give us true freedom. It is only He who can give us liberation and salvation from anything that enslaves us. When do you say that you are truly blessed? When you have God in your heart. You shall become so free, you shall become so full of joy that there's nothing in this world that can oppress you. Someone who has God, nothing will be enough. Solo Dios basta. Only God is enough.